Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Let's talk Temple University soccer, and we have a young lady from northeastern Pennsylvania who's a part of it and a captain this year, Elana Falcone. And Elana, welcome into the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your soccer career there at Temple, and now culminating here your senior season. I'm sure you're pretty darn excited to get this thing going this year.
Yes, we're very excited. I can't believe I'm a senior.
Well, things happen so quickly. Take us through what it's like to be a D1 soccer player.
It's definitely a lot different. The collegiate level is a completely different experience, but it's very exciting. You're busy 24/7 with soccer and being with your teammates and your coaching staff, but it's a great experience, and I couldn't have asked for a better place to be at.
Well, you grew up loving the game of soccer. Talk about some of those early days playing soccer, I'm sure somewhere close here in northeastern Pennsylvania, and then how that kind of took off a little bit for you.
Yeah, so I started actually playing, I think, when I was 4 years old, and I have an older sister, so I kind of just followed in her footsteps and played with her all the time. I used to play up a year with her on travel teams locally, and I think that, obviously every little sister wants to be just like their big sister, so I kind of followed in her footsteps a little bit with that.
And how about you went to high school? Talk about heading to Scranton Prep and what that was like there.
Yeah, so I loved prep. High school soccer is definitely a different atmosphere than travel soccer. It's a lot more fun. It's a little bit more laid back, but we had a great group of girls when I was at prep, and we actually ended up doing really well. I had 4 district medals the 4 years I was there, and I couldn't have asked for a better experience with the teammates that I had and the coaching staff that I had when I was there.
And a lot of traveling, as you say, travel soccer. The folks, I'm sure, had to cart you around a lot of places. Talk about some interesting places you saw over the years.
Yeah, it was definitely cool. Once I got into the ECNL League, we did a lot of travel. We were in, we were in California. I think probably one of the coolest trips we did was Colorado. That was neat. We did, whitewater rafting. Of course, when you're there, you have to see all the sights, right? You can't just go to play soccer. You got to make it a little fun, so...
Well, it sounds like you're having fun. Talk about your major there at Temple University, early childhood education. Talk about what you see here for your future coming back. You thinking about staying in the Philadelphia area or northeastern Pennsylvania, possibly anywhere where you can land?
Yeah, I haven't decided on that yet. Right now, this coming fall will be my last full semester of classes, and then in the spring, I'll be full-time student teaching at a school in the Philadelphia School District. So, maybe once I'm there for a full semester, I'll get a feel for it and see what I want to do.
And take us through a regular day for your days of soccer now that you're fully in camp. What's a full day like for those student athletes aspiring to play Division I soccer? What's a full day like? As you say, I think it's pretty darn busy.
Well, right now we're in the prime of preseason, so we have a practice early in the morning. We get all of our fitness tests out of the way. Then, you eat some breakfast. You go back, you have an afternoon practice. You eat lunch. You go back. You have a night practice. You eat dinner. It's pretty well thought out. There's not a lot of free time, so when you do get an hour or two, you hop back in bed because you definitely need the rest for the next day to do it all over again.
And that camaraderie you mentioned that you had at Scranton Prep, what's it like in college? Because these young ladies are really serious about soccer. They've got to be really serious students in the college life, and at the same time, I'm sure you could bounce some stuff off each other because you're all going through the same thing.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's a more competitive atmosphere. Absolutely. When we step on that field, we're all fighting for the same position. So that's definitely a more competitive aspect of it. But off the field, it's the same thing. We're best friends. I live with, five of the girls that are in my class. The year under us lives right next to us. Everybody's friends off the field. So that's a really great thing to see because I think that helps us perform on the field as well.
And as far as the traveling with Temple University, you get to go to some great places and travel with some other teams, and whether it's Texas or Florida. Talk about some of the teams you'll play this year and some of the excitement you get with some of the games on the road.
Yeah, so we'll be in Florida this year again, which is neat. The heat is not nice, but preseason is good practice for that. So hopefully we'll get to go to a beach or something on our off day, which is nice. And, traveling with the team is just awesome. You're with each other 24/7. You literally get no break from anyone. But like I said, we're all friends and we all want to be with each other. So it's kind of like going on vacation with your best friends.
And your immediate family back home here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Talk about athletic family, close-knit family. Talk about what it's like being a Falcone.
Yeah, we definitely have a close family back at home. I mean, my immediate family, I have 2 sisters. I'm a middle child, so I have an older sister and a younger sister, and they're my best friends in the entire world. And my mom and dad, and all 4 of them are like my biggest support system. They make it to every game, rain or shine, and I know that especially now, my senior year, they're going to want to be at every single little moment that they can come to. So it's great to have that support at home, coming out to all the away games that they can make it to.
Well, Elana, it sounds like you're quite well-rounded between the sports and the academics, and you're going to have a lot to offer there in early childhood education, so we wish you the very best. Have a great season at Temple.
Thank you.
Elana Falcone from the Temple University women's soccer team on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service.